man from Little Rock starts packing for Washington. The story on First News today at 4.
Oh, on second thought, I will have some more coffee, Thelma. Thelma?
Emily, the boss just came in. I gotta go. Yeah, we'll talk more about dinner. Bye.
What are you doing in my office?
I didn't expect you to come in today.
That's not an answer to my question. Why wouldn't I come in?
Well, I just assumed that you'd be out at the farm with Lily to see your son-in-law. You haven't seen him since he disappeared, right?
She went alone. There was no reasoning with her.
And you didn't want to go along for moral support.
No need, no need. Legions of Snyders there.
Did she get my flowers?
Yes, she was amazed and pleased.
Good. I would have sent you some also, but I know you're not the sentimental type.
Marcia, if you go back to New York today, but I'm going with you.
Lily, you have to remember that Dr. McKay is Holden's only form of security right now. Come on.
I had hoped you'd feel more secure now. Here, I mean, after knowing what a wonderful family you have.
Yes, I know that they're wonderful people, but they're still strangers to me. Can't you stay just a little bit longer?
All right, I'll call Dr. Sussman and I'll stay another day, but I have to go back to New York and tend to my other patients, okay?
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Lily, I didn't know you were here.
I just got here. How you feeling this morning?
Better. Marcia and I, we just took a walk through the fields and saw the orchards. This is a beautiful place.
Yes, it is. You've always loved it, since you were a little boy.
Have you seen a pond?
No.
Would you like to see it? I mean, we could walk out there together.
Okay. Marcia, would you like to come? How about you, Angel?
Oh, hi.
How's Aaron this morning?
Good, good. I think he's finally getting back into the routine with Hazel.
How are you?
I'm about the same.
Lila and I are setting up a physical therapy program for Holden. She's on the telephone with his doctor in New York right now.
Oh, great. I really appreciate that.
Right.
I gotta get back to work. Hey, Iva.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi.
Gee, I was filled in on what happened to Darryl last night. He's lucky to be alive.
Well, let's just hope I'm as lucky.
Oh, come on.
On my way into Audrey Samuels right now for my first HIV test.
Come on.
You know, I was scared that it might frighten her to see me like this, but she seems to be doing all right.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you're glad to see your daddy, aren't you? I just thought it would do you a lot of good to see her.
Well, you're right as usual.
Daryl, we both know I haven't been right about anything in a long time.
As the world turns. This portion brought to you today by Always, the only maxi with a unique dry weave top sheet.
A real and static can be an embarrassing slip-up. The more you move, the more static can build up. But you can stop static cling with Bounce. Bounce leaves clothes virtually static-free. Bounce, stop static before static stops you.
This is the beginning of fully conditioned, great-looking hair. Head & Shoulders 2-in-1. You get complete conditioners with our proven dandruff shampoo all in one. For what could be the end of flakes and the beginning of something great. Head & Shoulders 2-in-1.
What if you could get the fiber you need for regularity in a crisp, delicious wafer? Well, now you can. Metamucil wafers. All the effectiveness of Metamucil, and it tastes like a cookie. Metamucil wafers.
Oh. Seth, I'm glad you're here. You and Holden were always so close. I know if anybody can help him through this, it'll be you.
I'll do my best. Look, I know this must be very hard for you being out here, what with Caleb and all
Yes, it's hard. But Holden asked me. I didn't see how I could refuse. I just can't forget that look on his face last night when I told him that he and I were once married. And Lily. Oh, she's in such pain. I wish I could think of some way. We've all got to help her through this, too.
We will.
I know you will. Bye.
Angel, take care of yourself. Hello?
Oh, Seth, I'm glad you answered. I was just wondering how things are going.
Little better than they were last night. Although, Lily's still having a hard time of it. I don't know what's going to happen when she finds out the whole story.
Well, I don't want her to know now.
Thank you. Lily, I'd really like to see that pond, the one that I've heard so much about.
Well, I'm glad that you solved the riddle of the strange accounting practices at Kruger, Sean. And Lily is going to be overjoyed that her rescue missions bore fruit. Yeah. No, I'm not going to be able to come there. I need to have you come here. I can't go to Zurich at this point. Yeah. Check your schedule. Get back to me. What? Can I do something for you?
Yeah. Bill Jacobson called. And he would like Emily Stewart and Ellie Anderson to come to New York, along with someone from Worldwide, for a meeting.
Ah. You were making plans for dinner with Emily. If you're thinking of showing her the Big Apple, be advised. She's seen it. She's been around the block.
Does that mean you want me to go to New York?
Maybe. I don't know. I'll think about it. No, I think I'm going to send Steve Hennessy. But you can get on the phone. Tell M&A, okay?
Well, I talked to Emily. She said there's no way that they could get there till the end of next week. They're swamped with the divisions of Cabot Motors they picked up.
They had jolly well better get on some more personnel then. I will not have Meridian being given short shrift by M&A. I will not. As for Cabot, there's some divisions up for grabs. Why don't you start earning your new perks and your new salary by following up on that? As you lost Fielding International for me.
And I thought you weren't going to throw that in my face. Actually, Walsh has already got the jump on Cabot.
Yeah? How so?
Well, Connor, it seems, went to Harvard with one of his hotshots. And she also had breakfast with him, Mr. Cabot himself, before he went back.
I'm so tired of these preppy, elite-type people. Of course, Connor, she probably had midnight supper and all-night sessions.
We don't need to talk about Connor.
Why not? Still hot under the collar when we do?
I would just rather not talk about her, especially in such personal terms.
Fine. I'm going to send some flowers to the hospital, to Darrell Crawford. Lots of DeWitt business we could profit by. Maybe I'll have some lunch with him when he gets out of the hospital. You saw that he was nearly killed last night.
Yeah. Actually, I was going to stop by the hospital, see how he's doing. See how Franny's doing.
Fine. Oh, Scott, as you're so good at saying it with flowers, why don't you stop by the florist and pick out something for him, something. Okay? And then deliver it yourself.
Of course. Charge him to you.
Worldwide.
Okay,
Carrie's all ready to go. Here you go, Graham. Thank you very much for taking her home.
Oh, I'm glad to have some time with her.
Yeah.
It's precious cargo you got there.
Yes, she is indeed. Bye. I'll see you later.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
Graham. Bye-bye. Bye, sweetie. Bye-bye. Well, I should be letting you get some rest, so...
Honey, no. Please, don't go. There's a lot we need to talk about.
Daryl, I've made an appointment to see Dr. Michaels this morning. Maybe it would be better if we waited till after I saw her. I mean, there are things that I've been trying to think through, and I just can't seem...
Harold?
Charles.
Hello.
Candace, come on in.
Charles?
We came straight from the airport.
How are you, Daryl?
Well, we'll be all right. I just wish you two could have made this trip sooner.
I've got the worst cold a human being ever had. I've got a major presentation tomorrow. I've got to rest. And I'm out of NyQuil. I could take these, but I'd still be up all night coughing, which means I'd be a wreck for the presentation, which means I could get fired. But what am I going to do? Go next door like an idiot and ask? Could I borrow a cup of NyQuil?
Once you know what NyQuil can do, nothing else will do.
These signs are so easy to read, they're unmistakable. So are these. They're the signs you see when you use Fact Plus Home Pregnancy Test. Use it any time of day, and Fact Plus will simply show you a plus sign if you're pregnant, a minus sign if you're not. So if you think you're pregnant, at the first sign, turn to Fact Plus. Easy to read, so you know for sure.
Nighttime, one of the worst times for pain. Minor arthritis pain, muscle aches, pain that seems to go on. That's why you need Ultra Strength Bengay, the strongest Bengay ever. You can say goodnight to your pain with Ultra Strength Bengay.
The holidays are coming, and look what they're bringing. The new Crayola Collectible Holiday Tin, filled with a box of 64 crayons and...
Support groups up in Chicago, and it's really helping.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I thought it would. I'll let you know as soon as I hear from the lab. And remember, the odds are still very much in your favor. Okay?
Okay.
Bye-bye. Bye, John.
See ya.
Hello? Oh, yes, Ellie. Dr. Porter called me, and he told me he performed the abortion last night. How are you feeling, dear?
I feel okay. I'm just still a little shaky. I guess Dr. Porter explained to you about the H chromosome deletion that he found in the chorionic villus sampling, right? Yeah, I would really like to see you today if you have time. That's great. Okay. I'll be there. Thank you so much, Dr. Samuels. Bye-bye.
Hi. Hi. Scott Eldridge just called. Meridian wants us in New York for a couple days of meetings. I told him we'd get back to him.
Oh.
And if Kirk gives you any trouble, you just remind him that he took a trip to Denver for Ruth Mansfield.
Only because you screwed up the contract, Evan. I'm sorry. I'm not feeling well today. I'm just flu or something.
Why don't you let me talk to Ellie for a minute?
Sure.
Why don't you take the rest of the day off? You have it coming to you.
No, I can't take the day off. We have the BRO and the Simply Barber shoot.
Evan and I can cover for you. Just take the day off.
You know what? I really appreciate it, Emily. I'm going to take you up on it today. Okay.
Hey, how long is Kirk going to be in Denver for the Mansfield Special Olympics?
I think that he's coming back right after the opening address, so...
No, I haven't read any of the papers. Is Daryl all right?
Yeah, he was really lucky. If Gavin had had his way, he and Franny never would have left the house alive last night.
Oh, boy, this is great PR for Kruger. Well, at least we didn't get any more of his business.
Well, that's looking on the bright side.
What's going on with Cabot Motors?
I talked to Tony Loomis this morning, but I'll fill you in on all of that when you get back, which is going to be when? Okay. Bye, Kirk.
there, darling.
Mother, what a nice surprise.
Well, I just wanted you to know that I was going to be away for a few days. I wondered if you would mind very much checking on my apartment, you know, my mail and watering my plants.
Oh, I'd be happy to.
Thank you.
Kind of surprised that you didn't ask Evan.
Oh, well, I'm expecting, or at least hoping, that he'll join me there.
Oh, where are you going?
Well, Alexander Cabot has invited me to Grosse Pointe to visit him, to meet his family. So if you'll take care of everything, darling, I'd really appreciate it.
The star receiver couldn't catch a pass. And no wonder. There was an offensive leak in his diaper. Here comes the coach with a new game plan. Huggies Baby Steps Diapers, now with a trimmer center. And Huggies Snugger Leg Elastics to help eliminate gaps in the defense. Okay, team, let's fight those leaks. And it's a touchdown. What a happy day for Huggies fans.
This toilet may look clean, but under the rim are grungies ordinary cleaners can't always reach. Introducing new Toilet Duck, the thick liquid toilet bowl cleaner preferred 3-to-1 over the leading brand. Toilet Duck's unique duck neck and thick, powerful formula reach up under the rim to leave your whole bowl clean and sanitary, right down to the grungies. New Toilet Duck. Nothing fights dirt like duck from S.C. Johnson Wax.
Still going. Nothing outlasts the Energizer battery. It keeps going and going and...
3 cops take on a fire starter. He thinks he's immortal.
If this room goes, you go with it. That's impossible.
The Hat Squad tonight.
A bizarre death points police to a surprising suspect.
A singing serial killer nun.
An all-new picket fences Friday.
Watch CBS this morning.
It's breakfast for your head.
Daryl, I'm just so sorry for all the trouble this has caused between you and Franny. If only I'd returned sooner.
Well, the frame of mind that Franny's been in, I don't know if it would have helped. Who knows? Maybe it could have.
At least one good thing came out of the ordeal you went through last night. It exonerated you completely. The police and everyone else now know that Gavin was using Franny to try to implicate you.
What's going to happen to Vicky now?
Well, she'll probably play along with the rest of them. I know she was in on the blackmail.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize you had guests. Could I just drop these off?
Well, that's not necessary. We were just leaving.
Scott, hang around. I'd like you to meet Scott Eldridge. This is Charles DeWitt, my late wife Carolyn's uncle, and Candace Rogers. She runs the commercial department at DeWitt.
Oh, it's nice to meet you.
My pleasure. I'll be keeping in touch with the Home Office, Daryl. If you need to reach me, I'll be at the Lakeview.
Oh, I almost forgot. Franny talked to Evelyn. She's going to be coming down sometime today.
Good. Well, talk to you soon.
Bye.
Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Well, Scott, flowers, you shouldn't have.
I didn't. They're from Lucinda. How you feeling?
I'm all right.
How about Franny?
Well, she's still trying to deal with everything that's happened.
Yeah. Daryl? I just wanted to...
So you can imagine how I felt after Charles and Candace verified everything Daryl had told me. All that time, I never believed him.
Well, at least you know the truth now. At least you don't have to keep living with those terrible doubts
But
anymore.
Dr. Michaels, if I loved Daryl, and I did, how could I have mistrusted him so? How could I have thought that he was capable of...
Because things happen in a marriage. And even the best of marriages, where people's confidence and trust in one another is shaken. I mean, come on, you very correctly sensed that Daryl was keeping something from you.
I don't know. Maybe if he had told me the truth about him and Barbara from the very beginning, the fact that he was Jennifer's father, then I...
But he didn't.
I wouldn't have...
He didn't. Can you forgive him for that?
I don't know. I still can't look at Barbara without feeling hurt and betrayed. And Daryl and I have never even discussed how we want to handle the situation with Jennifer. Does he want to tell Carrie someday that she has a half-sister, or... I worry a lot about Carrie, Dr. Michaels. And how all of this is going to affect her. I remember feeling so very afraid to leave her at home with Daryl, and it was because of what Gavin said. Gavin insisting that Daryl was going to kill her to inherit her share of Carolyn's fortune. And how is Daryl ever going to forgive me for something like that? And if he doesn't, what is that going to do to Carrie? Daryl is her natural father. He has a lot more claim to her than I do.
Well, we can talk about that, but I think you need to be asking yourself another question first.
What?
Now that all of these terrible suspicions that have tortured you are proven to be unfounded, do you still love Daryl? Do you want to spend the rest of your life with him?
Well, now I understand why Franny said she was afraid that she couldn't trust Daryl.
Yeah. To think that Kruger tried to destroy her faith in her husband. And then to have them both killed in cold blood. Whew.
Well, Mama, I think it is safe to say that Gavin Kruger is not a very nice man.
Well, now, I came to that conclusion on my own.
I called Dr. Sussman and told him I wouldn't be flying back today.
Good.
Oh, Marcia, you know, you can stay here as long as necessary. You're about the only one that Holden trusts at the moment.
Well, I hope that'll change soon. But he's starting to reach out to you and to the rest of the family.
Excuse me, Seth, would you get me some eggs, baby?
Sure.
Excuse me.
Want to come along? See where eggs come from?
From the store, right?
Come on.
Hello? Oh, hello, Lucinda. Emma, I haven't been out to the farm as yet because I was concerned that Holden might be overwhelmed. Too many people all at once?
Yes, that's right.
May I say that I'm hoping that now we could all pull together for Lily's sake and Holden's sake? Ah. All right, moving right along. May I speak to my daughter, please?
Your daughter's not here. She went for a walk with Holden.
Here's the pond. It was always a very special place for us. We used to come here, be alone together, and be away from outside problems.
What kind of problems?
Well, my mother, for one. She always tried very hard to keep us apart. It never worked. We always found our way back together. This is where we promised we'd always be a part of each other. We set the date for our wedding here, a year and a half ago.
can't be my new apartment.
Good thing I brought Lysol Pine Action. It cleans with hospital-type disinfection. The strongest you can buy.
Now it's starting to feel like home.
Lysol Pine Action, a more powerful pine.
Beth and I wanted to knock 'em dead at our reunion. She got a salon perm, and I gave myself an Ogilvy home perm for a lot less. At the reunion, friends said, "Did you always have such gorgeous curly hair?" They told Beth, "Nice perm." Precisely where it's got automatic shut-off timing. You can't over-perm or under-perm. You just can't get it wrong. People said I looked better than I did.
And now, part 2 of As the World Turns.
Yes, Lily walked Holden to the pond. Yeah, I think so too, Ned. Yeah. How's Debbie?
So anyway, before the accident, he had left his job and was working here on the farm, trying to figure out exactly what he wanted to do with his life.
Also, he was working here. Well, then that explains the calluses on his hands when he was
Well,
first
yeah.
brought into the hospital.
Right.
Thank you, Seth.
You know, I really enjoyed seeing the barns and the chicken house. I still can't believe that those eggs actually come from the chickens.
Oh, they do.
Do you mind if I use the phone to call my parents again?
Please do.
How's Ned?
Oh, Ned is fine. Debbie is very good. She's thinking about going to college. Although Valerie and Ned don't think it's time to tell her yet about their plans for divorce.
Yeah, I wonder if Ned is ever gonna find time.
Seth, I know you're very doubtful about all this. But as soon as he's free, Ned's told me that he wants to marry me.
Well, I was just working on the Simply Barbara BRO benefit with Iva and waiting to see Daryl. He had a visitor when I was there earlier.
But I really am surprised that Walsh didn't try to keep DeWitt's name out of the papers. I mean, all that talk about blackmail, it could be very damaging.
You know, Mother, I can't believe you would actually think about that right now.
Excuse me. Hi.
Hi, what are you doing here?
I just wanted to check in with you before I go over and see Holden.
Oh, well, I really don't know what to tell you other than you won't get a response from him, and I guess he seems to feel more comfortable if you don't push him.
Okay.
You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm just tired. I'm very tired. I think I need some coffee. You want some coffee?
Hi,
Sure.
Oh, hi, Ellie.
Hi,
How are
Angel.
things in
Angel.
Chicago?
Fine.
Good. I just wanted to let you know, if you should need someone to take care of Aaron again, please let me know. I'd be so happy to.
Oh, well, thank you very much. You were so helpful while I was in New York.
Well, it's not like I did you any big favor. I love being with Aaron. He's so... God, you're just so lucky. I'd give anything to be able to have a baby of my own. And you taught me how to skip stones here. I remember when you skipped one 6 times, and you said that's how many children we were gonna have.
I thought about what you told me last night about losing the baby. Must have been very painful for you. I'm sorry that I can't remember.
It's not your fault. If anyone's to blame, I am. I became very depressed after we lost the baby, and I pulled away from you. If I had thought about your feelings at the time instead of my own, then we never would have argued, and you never would have left the house that night.
Why did I go to New York?
I don't know. I don't know for certain. I do know that you tried to call me from Pittsburgh.
Well, how do you know that?
My mother, Lucinda Walsh, hired private detectives to find you, and they traced a phone call from your car phone from Pittsburgh and from Boston. In fact, I thought you had taken a ship to the Orient until Cal and Ned flew out to Taiwan, and all they found was your car and the man who said that he had bought it from you. And then I thought maybe you were in Wyoming.
Why Wyoming?
Well, we spent a summer together there when I found out that Ivor was my natural mother.
No, wait a minute. My sister, Iva?
Yeah, she is adopted.
And she also adopted a little boy named Aaron.
Yeah.
He meant a great deal to you. I remember when he stayed with us at the farmhouse the first night, and he couldn't fall asleep, so you brought him into our bed.
Well, I guess I'll get to meet him soon, huh?
Yeah, yes you will. Iva would have brought him out to the farm before, but she thought you had a lot of new people to meet, so...
I met Marcia's little nephew named Joey. She said that I was really good with him because I must have been with a little boy before. I guess that boy was Aaron.
Yeah, you were always wonderful with children. You said that we were gonna...
Have 6. Right.
You know how kids get obsessed with things. With my grandson, Billy, that thing is trains. He makes choo-choo sounds whenever he sees them. Point is, Rose and I were out shopping and see this incredible toy, a motorized train kids can ride on, called the Play School Ride-Around Train. It had Billy's name all over it. Works 2 ways, chugs around on a circular track and runs off the track so he can choo-choo all over. My daughter says I'm spoiling him. I say I'm feeding his imagination.
Nabisco shredded wheat. It's just good stuff.
Take American cheese, make it wrapped. You got a new idea for a tasty kid snack. Wrap an apple with American cheese and your kids will cheer. Because any snack with American cheese gets you a big pat on the back. American cheese, the snack kids love to eat.
Have you got vibrance? Have you got hair this full of life? With Vibrance shampoos and conditioners you do. Vibrance infuses each strand with a healthier life. A deeper shine, livelier color, and a fullness you never dreamed you could have. When your hair's this full of life, you've got Vibrance.
So how are things with you and Franny?
No, thanks. We haven't really had a chance to talk.
Well, you take all the time you need to get better and to put things right with her, and Kirk and I'll take care of everything at Walsh.
Okay, thanks.
Well, I'm gonna let you get some rest.
Could you adjust this pill for me? My shoulder's really killing me.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Daryl, I just...
Franny, hi.
Connor, I didn't know you were here. Hi.
She was just leaving. She had assured me that she and Kirk would be able to manage DeWitt without me.
And I just wanted to let him know how happy I was that the two of you were all right. And I have to get back to work. If there's anything you need, I'll be at the office.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
I guess that must have been a little bit of a shock to you, seeing the two of us together, huh?
Daryl, I remember when we were in Puerto Rico and you tried to tell me about Connor and all the other women in your past. I stopped you. I guess I'm partly responsible for a lot of the secrets that you've kept from me.
I don't think we should worry about who's responsible for what. I just think we should try and be honest with each other from here on out.
Mrs. Crawford, Dr. Phelan's ordered more tests on your husband. I'm sorry, you're going to have to come back later.
Okay, sure.
When I've told Connor about my visit to Grosse Pointe, she said she would take care of everything for me.
Well, I'll do my best to join you. I'd love to get a look at Alexander Cabot's palazzo, not to mention tour the whole plant.
Well, you know, he's going to have his son and daughter and their families come visit while I'm there. I'd really love for you to meet them, too.
So would I. He has 2 children, right? Peter and Lauren?
Well, just between us, he has another daughter, his youngest. Apparently she's been something of a rebel all her life. And Well, anyway, they had a terrible fight, and she left home. He has no idea where she is.
Really? But he must be frantic.
Well, he's hired detectives to try to track her down, but no, I wouldn't say he was frantic. He seems to think she can take care of herself.
So I was...
Hello, Emily. Hi.
Hello, Edwina. Evan, how's it going?
It's going very well these days. Thank you, Kirk.
I'm glad to hear that. You know, you were in such a rush to leave Walsh that you forgot to firm up the date with the athlete who was going to make the opening address at the Mansfield Special Olympics, so I had to go out to Denver and fix
Mr.
it.
Anderson, your days of using Evan as your personal whipping boy are over. Darling, would you see me out?
Certainly, Mother. She's a real piece of work, isn't she? Defends Evan like they're at the Alamo, treats Connor like she's a distant cousin. So, where is Ellie?
I told her to take the rest of the day off. She looked really peaked this morning.
Well, you know, it's funny. She sounded really beat over the phone last night.
She's probably worrying about Holden.
Did you go out to the farm to see him?
Probably. She didn't say.
Hello, Ellie.
Hi.
I'm sorry Dr. Porter couldn't give you better news, dear.
Yeah, well, I'm just really glad that I found out early on in the pregnancy. I don't know what I would have done if I found out later on that I was carrying. I just don't know what I would have done.
Well, that kind of news isn't easy to hear even early in pregnancy. You know, I was surprised to hear that you decided to terminate so quickly. Dr. Porter said you signed the consent form without talking to your husband.
Well, you know, I really felt that I needed to do it before the baby became real to me. Kirk was out of town, and I knew what his reaction was going to be.
Well, as Dr. Porter told you, there's every reason to expect that you'll have a normal, healthy baby next time. And if you are feeling
Must have been
depressed,
incredible to see the baby on the sonogram. I missed out on all that with my first two kids, but I'm still hoping Ellie will change her mind sometime down the road and give me another shot at fatherhood.
Ellie, after you've talked to your husband, you can tell him to call me if he wants to talk to me. I'd be happy to discuss the situation with him.
Kmart's got a great sale on Echo Baker's secret bakeware.
What's the secret?
There's special pans, all your cookies and cakes slide right off, and everything looks beautiful.
I'll never tell.
Terrific prices on Duracell batteries. What size does my tape player use?
AA.
And my calculator?
AA.
What's the 23rd letter of the alphabet?
W. Ha.
You're good.
You didn't tell me Kmart had clothes like this.
Sure I did. You didn't believe me.
We're here at Nutrisystem for the very last day of a very special offer.
There you go.
Oh, you look nice.
Yeah, I thought I'd change before we go to the hospital.
Yeah, I thought I'd take you over there in a little while so you could meet Lila Peretti, who's going to be your physical therapist. She's engaged to Cal Strickland, who you met in New York. They're going to be neighbors of Mama when they're married.
Yeah. Sorry, Lily couldn't join us for lunch.
Yeah, she said she had to get back to work. I guess with all the time she spent with me, she had to catch up on a lot of things.
Oh, I'm sure. She loved every moment of it. And she doesn't have to worry about her boss. You know, Lucinda's her mother.
I have a question. I'm sorry to keep asking all these questions, but...
You must ask questions. It's the only way you'll learn.
Lily said to me when we were out at the pond that Iva was her natural mother.
Well, Iva is Lily's natural mother. Iva had to give Lily up when she was a baby, and Lucinda adopted her, and Lily grew up with Lucinda.
As it turns out, I've actually written a book about it that I can get a copy of for you if you'd like to read it.
Yeah, I'd like to. Reading is the best way to learn.
Mm-hmm. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Holden. I'm your sister, Ellie.
Yeah, I recognize you from the pictures. It's nice to know you.
Excuse me, right back. Hello? Yes, Mrs. Palladino, your daughter's right here. I'm Emma Snyder. I'm Holden's mother. Your daughter is such a lovely, lovely person. I just want to tell you. She's been so wonderful to my son, Holden. Here she is.
Thanks. Hi, Mom. No, I won't be coming home. Well, I'll tell you when. Mm-hmm.
Can I speak to your mother?
Mom, Holden wants to say hello. Hold on.
Hello, Mrs. Palladino. Well, yeah, it's really different from New York. No, Marcia's been great. I'm glad that she came. Well, I could tell you about it in person. I mean, I'm still invited for Thanksgiving, right?
Angel, I have to go. Yeah, sorry. Bye-bye.
Hey.
God, thank you so much for the flowers.
Well, I'm glad you like them.
I love them. And congratulations on your new promotion.
Well, thank you.
Darling! Oh, what a trooper you are. You came in. You'll be happy to hear Sean called from Zurich. He solved the riddle of the accounting practice at Kruger. Because of your 2 trips, they paid off.
Oh, well, Scott's the one who pointed out the problem in the first place.
Yeah, Sean is coming here. Could you sit in on all the meetings with him? Do you think you could do that?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Why not?
Well, we agreed on the fact that I was going to quit Worldwide when Holden came back, and even though it's not quite the way I had hoped, I still think I'm going to quit and devote all my time to helping him.
Oh, darling, I do think that's the worst possible thing you could do, the worst possible scenario, for his sake as well as for your sake. Darling, he doesn't know who he is. He's got to find himself. Give the guy a chance. He has a lot of work to do. Yeah. Hi, Cal. How's Waco?
You know, for what it's worth, I agree with the boss.
Yeah, I was expecting
I mean, you can't spend 24 hours a day with Holden.
Uh-huh.
Maybe you should stay here and give him a chance to adjust to everything that's happened. Plus, I'd sure hate not to see your smiling face when I came in the morning.
I told you, did I tell you? You're going to be the winner again. I told you. Word's on the street.
Yeah, I know. I just wish I didn't have to go up to Springfield today and meet with the governor and the state's attorney. This hotel will steam that out, yeah. That's fine.
Hey, listen. Don't you worry about me.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to go to my group meetings up in Chicago, and there's nothing you can do to speed up the next 3 days anyway.
I do worry about you.
Get that.
Hello? Hi, what's up?
It takes 3 days to get the results for the HIV test, but remember, there is every reason to be optimistic. I'll call you as soon as I have the results from the lab.
It's Joe Bailey. Crime Commission's getting ready to move in on the Harpers.
What?
Yeah.
But Hal is still there. He's still working undercover.
Yeah,
But if they discover that, he's never going to get out alive.
Well, wait, settle down. Jason Benedict and Joe Bailey will give him plenty of notice, okay?
Well, they just better.
They will.
He's given so much of himself in the last year and a half.
Hey, come here. Remember what Dr. Samuels told you? Try to avoid stress. Now, I know it's easier said than done, but do me a favor, stop worrying, and don't worry about Hal either, okay?
Right, I'll try.
I mean, the election's going to come out positive. The HIV test is going to come out negative. It was your prediction.
One of America's favorites is about to become America's favorite soup. Introducing Campbell's Golden Corn Soup.
Now you're cooking. That's cooking. Cooking.
Great corn cooking is easy when you start with a delicious new soup. Campbell's new Golden Corn Soup.
If you ever need anyone to take care of Aaron, please call me. I just love children. You're so lucky. I'd give anything to be able to have a baby of my own.
chromosomal defect this time shouldn't discourage you and your husband from trying again. It's not passed on genetically. There's every reason to believe the next child you conceive will be healthy and normal.
Ellie? Hey, Mom said you were here. I missed you so much.
Hi.
Hi. Nurse said it was okay if I come back in now.
Great. Sorry about that interruption earlier.
No, it's okay. I had lunch down in the cafeteria. Thought you might like some ice cream.
It might be kind of tough to manage with this arm.
I can help you. Big bowl.
Big bite. Thanks. How did the meeting go with Dr. Michaels?
Well, I'm afraid I came up with a lot more questions than answers.
There's no easy answers. Franny, I know we're both thinking something, we're just scared to say it, so maybe I'll do it for us. After all that's happened, how do we go about trying to put our marriage back together again?
I don't know. That's one of the answers that I'm looking for, Daryl.
There you are. I've been walking all over this hospital looking for you. We have to make a
Lily
plan.
didn't find out, did she?
No, not yet. I'm hoping that everybody sees how irresponsible it would be to tell her, how damaging to her.
Lucinda, not everyone feels the way we do. A lot of people know now. We have to be prepared for it to come out at any time.
I spoke to your mother. What we have to do is our utmost to prevent.
Hi. You ready for our session? Oh, that's right. Yeah, let me take this to my office. Sure.
Excuse me. I don't know what you and Lucinda are cooking up, but I wouldn't trust her.
John, please.
So I hear Holden was traced through his fingerprints and found in New York.
Yeah.
I guess the decision to tell Lily was kind of out of your hands.
Well, I'm hoping that the decision about Aaron is not going to be out of my hands, because this would be too much for her, not with everything else that she's got to cope with.
But she is a grown woman, Lucinda. She has a right to know the truth.
Dr. Michaels, I might have agreed with you long ago if she'd been told the truth before she married Holden. But now it is too late. And Iva, would you please back me up with Iva?
That's not my place as a therapist. But you think about what I said.
Two high nutrition cereals.
Kellogg's Just Right. Total.
So what makes one top the other?
Kellogg's Just Right has 100% of 12 vitamins and minerals. So do we. Kellogg's Just Right also has 4 hearty grains, sweet dates, crunchy almonds.
Well, how will your life change now that the election is over? Donahue will talk to the people about new policy later this afternoon at 5. Up next, Blake betrays Roger to help Ross. Guiding Light is next here on WJBK TV2.
Join us tomorrow for As the World Turns.
This is CBS,